Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a modern train station. I will also make a separate tutorial for you in which I show you how to make a super simple modern train that you can even customize the colours of to suit your own liking. This is the amount of space required to make the train station. And here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Begin by placing a row of 7 smooth quartz Begin by placing a row of 7 smooth quartz blocks in a row on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then dig a row of 5 in the ground extending right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then place another row of 7 smooth quartz blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dig another row of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then finally, place another row of 7 smooth quartz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We then want to take the ends of the rows of 7 smooth quartz blocks and we want to extend them all backwards by 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And we can even just extend the ends across and then join them together so that we make a nice hollow rectangle. And we want to do this for the remaining 2 areas. Now that we have each one of these 3 long rectangular shapes laid out for us, we now want to fill all of them in using quartz bricks. With each one of these 3 platforms complete, we now have to add some structure to them. Come all the way over to the front left hand corner of the build. From this corner block, we want to count backwards 1, 2, 3 and place a row of 5 white concrete extending up from this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extending backwards from the white concrete, we want to place a row of 5 light blue stained glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place a white concrete behind and make the white concrete as high as the first row of white concrete. Place another row of 5 glass, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. white concrete behind, make it as high as the others, add one final row of 5 light blue glass, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, white concrete behind and make it as high as the others, like this. We're now going to fill in between all of these in using the light blue stained glass. And whilst we are on this end of the build, we are going to add a layer of smooth quartz slabs along the outside of the area, extend them 1 row forwards, 1 row in, 1 row up, and then 2 rows to the right, and we will continue this a little bit later on. But I want you to come all the way over to the opposite platform, all the way on the opposite end of the build. We want to locate the front right hand corner block. We want to count backwards, 1, 2, 3, and then we're also going to count inwards, 1, 2, 3. And from here, we place 5 white concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then extending backwards, literally the same as we did on the opposite side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 glass. Mark it out with the white concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 glass, white concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 glass, white concrete, and now we can just extend all of these up. So I'm going to do this from this side just because it will be a little bit easier because we have already counted out the row of white concrete, and we'll just start extending back. And this is going to kind of like bookmark both ends of the actual train station itself. So as we work on this, as we have raised all of these up, we also want to add that row of smooth quartz slabs, which will also be on the back of this, by the way, but I just wanted to mark the front of this out. So we'll add the slabs along the side of the top, extend forwards, in, up, in like this. And before we do anything more with the smooth quartz slabs, we actually want to come to the center platform now. Right, so on the center platform, we actually want to find the center of the center platform. So it's quite easy to do just by looking. You should have 3 blocks on the left and 3 blocks on the right. Well, moving inwards, we want to line up with the white concrete that we have on the left and right side. So it wants to match with the 2 sides of the station. We want to make this row of white concrete 8 rows high in total. So this is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like this. Now, come to the right side specifically. Extend the smooth quartz slab up here, up 1, in 2, up 1, in 2, up 1, in 2, up 1, in 2, up 1, in 2. That is absolutely perfect. It will connect to that white concrete in a rather natural looking manner. So we then want to extend the quartz slabs across a little bit, not too many, 3 or 4 blocks, something like that, and then we want to come to the opposite side and then start doing the same. So up 1, in 2, up 1, in 2, up 1, in 2, up 1, in 2, up 1, finally. So that actually worked out perfectly. I swear I didn't know the number that we needed to extend across, but that actually joined together perfectly. And then we just want to come to the back of the build and we want to do a similar thing. But you know what? It would actually make sense that if on the back of the build we first added the white concrete rows that we needed in the center of the platform. So not only do we want 1 row of 8 white concrete extending up from the center of the center platform, but we want to have 3 more rows of 8 white concrete that of course coincide with the other rows of white concrete. So 8 rows high in total, so this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then let's extend 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then lastly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because we didn't count the 1 on the other turn, then we did on that one. It gets confusing, but regardless, we now want to come all the way over to this side, this left side, because it's just easier. It lines up with the center platform easier. We'll extend 1 row out the back, in 1, up 1, in 2, 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 up 1, in 2. Joins together nicely, and then to the right, like 1, 2, 3, was it 4? I think it is 4 looking at it from that side, but it's just easier to work from the opposite end. So up 1, in 2, up 1, in 2, up 1, in 2, up one, in two, up one, in two, up one. Perfect. Again, connected just perfectly. So that is absolutely awesome. So now that we have done that, we do have to actually connect the roof together, which I think that we will do. So it's rather simple, but it does take a little bit of time. There are solid, smooth quartz blocks in this chain of smooth quartz slabs, right? So our job is to find these solid smooth quartz blocks so that the glass will sit perfectly behind them. It's not that many, so we want to place basically where they join. Every other join seems to be like a glass block part, and it should kind of like be the same on the opposite side here. So we want to extend these glass blocks all the way towards the back, but we're also going to extend, it doesn't, so this is the effect that we're trying to achieve, right? It's easier sometimes just to show. So you can see that the glass sits nice and flush with the smooth quartz on the ascent, but then just underneath the top we don't mind having a little bit of glass shown. So we'll extend all of these glass blocks backwards to join to their smooth quartz blocks counterparts, but we are then going to extend a layer of smooth quartz slabs joining the front and the back of the build together as well, and this will form the roof of the station. Now, with the roof filled in, we are going to make it so that we can get to all of the other platforms. So, I want you to come to the back right platform. We want to find the middle of the back right platform. It's quite easy because we already have a row of white concrete telling us where it is. So, starting where the smooth, or rather the quartz bricks are, we want to place a smooth quartz stair, extend it towards the front of the platform, 1, 2, 3. We then want to have in total 5 layers of smooth quartz stairs extending up and towards the center. So this is already 1. We'll place upside down ones behind. This would be 2. Upside down ones behind. This would be 3. And then upside down ones behind. 4. Upside down ones behind. And then 5. There we go. So we're going to come to the opposite platform and do the exact same thing. So all the way over here, we want to find the middle of the platform. It's not quite as easy on this one, but I mean, you can still see rather easily. 3 blocks on the left, 3 blocks on the right. We then want to place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 smooth quartz stairs. And of course, we want to have 5 here as well. So 5 layers. So this would be 1 already. Add upside down ones. 2. Upside down ones. 3. 4 and 5. Absolutely perfect. So we will then connect the ends of the bridge together using smooth quartz blocks, but on the front it's a little bit different. So we're going to place a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smooth quartz like this, extending in from both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then quartz bricks in between like this. Fill the top of the bridge in using quartz bricks, or at least the parts that you can actually like walk on. Add light blue stained glass pane on top of the smooth quartz blocks on the front and the back. And then extending down from where we have the smooth or the quartz bricks, we want to add smooth quartz stairs that cascade down towards the center platform. And using the same sort of method that we have done on the sides, we will extend these down, all the way down, until we have a series of stairs that will help us join down. And here we go. So we want to place it at the sides, and I mean, we can even place one just right in. Imagine walking down this, walking straight into this pole. We still want to have the upside down stairs behind, and that's pretty much it. It's a very, very simple staircase. Perfect. So we also want to have an entrance to the train station, so I made it so that this right side is kind of like the entrance area, and we're just going to add a couple or maybe like a row of 3 stairs here, something like this just on the side, or maybe we'll just make it 2 so that it kind of lines up with the side of this kind of like shelter area here, and then we would have a pathway if we wanted, and a car park and all sorts of ways to integrate it into the city. It doesn't necessarily need a car park or what have you. You can kind of just use this as its very own like actual like stop, like it doesn't need to be like a full station. But anyway, we now want to add some light blue glass pane, so we are going to add this along the front, so the entire front of the station like this. On the sides it will wrap around and it will kind of like join to the actual like the shelter area, and on this right side here specifically it doesn't really like join to anything, it just extends all the way to the back, and we'll place it extending along the back, and maybe even it can come a little bit forward until where this starts, so we can either line it up or we can just leave it 1 block off. We can place it here next to the stairs so nobody can get behind the stairs. This isn't necessary, of course, because the trains aren't moving in, well, I haven't modded my Minecraft, so we don't have any moving trains, but you can if you wanted to. We can, maybe we will line it up with the, so the glass is like next to these stairs and also equivalent on the other 2 platforms as well. And then we'll just extend it round, it will join to the shelter, and I do believe that we have a little bit to add here. No, we don't. So with all of the glass added, we are also going to add a couple of like lights indicating whether the train's coming or going. These are in the form of beacons. We want to add a row of 1, 2, 3 diorite wall extending in front of the sides of the middle platform with a beacon on top. I think it just looks cool and modern this way. We also have to add some ticket machines, so these aren't in too many places. First of all, they're going to be in the center platform, and they are going to be either side of the 2 center pillars, so it's basically a light grey concrete on the bottom, black concrete on top, iron trapdoor on top of that, and then a painting extending in front of the trapdoor, and then one underneath with a button below it. And this is going to be the ticket machine, and we will have them on the center platform and also on the outside as well. They're all made in the exact same manner. Next up, we are going to add some decoration to the platforms, and a bit of utility actually. So on the right platform and the left platform, we want to add a bench in front of the center of each one of the 3 windows. This is a spruce stair with sideways stair either side. So we do this for each one of the 3 windows. Then we want to add a plant in between the benches. So just like this, just one either side of the center with grey glazed terracotta and then 2 azalea leaves on top. We're also going to hang chains from the top of each of the white concrete pillars with lanterns underneath. And there we go, that's looking pretty good. And we want to do the same on the opposite side also. Now, last but not least, in terms of decorating the platforms, we want to add another set of lights, but this is on the center platform. This is a little bit different. So leaving a gap of 1 above the ticket machines, we want to add some horizontal chains connecting the white concrete pillars together. So this should result in 3 rows of chains like this. Then underneath every other chain starting from the end, we want to place a downwards facing glow item frame, and I think that this looks like a cool set of lights. It looks kind of modern and interesting to me. Now, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have to make the tracks, so these are really simple. First, we are going to dig out 2 layers in between each one of the platforms, but we will make 1 set of tracks in its entirety, and then we will move over to the next part. Whilst we're here as well, before we dig out another layer, underneath each of the edges of the platforms, I'd recommend digging out the dirt and replacing it using light grey concrete because it looks quite good. So now that we have this area dug out, what we essentially want to do is fill this area in, starting from the front, extending towards the back. We want to place a spruce plank, 2 stone, spruce plank, 2 stone, so on and so forth, extending from the front to the back. And once we have placed this first row that does span the front of the station to the back of the station, we will extend these materials over just like this, and we will fill in this entire area. Okay, so now that we have this stripiness, we now want to add a layer of anvils, specifically facing sideways that is so loud, 1 row inwards from each side of the track. There we go. Then we want to add on the outer spruce planks, but not the inward parts, although you can if you want, but I'm just doing it to the outer parts. We want to add sideways facing stone buttons, and these will be the train tracks. A little old-fashioned looking if you ask me, but do the job perfectly. And of course, once you've done that on one side, you want to do the exact same thing on the other side. And that is your modern train station complete. I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please do remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in making a really super simple modern train that you can change the colours of and customise to your own liking, check out the description below. I will leave a link for it there, maybe even on the end screen of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!